Hello friends and welcome to the Gamer Down. This is your host, Dark Hostess, for Rift Weekly Review for July 8th, 2011. And where we left on my last episode, you'll see I finally got my achievement. I just had to turn in one more artifact set. So, twisted artifacts do indeed count towards your overall artifact achievement. The inclusion of twisted artifacts has made it a lot easier to get this achievement. And you can make a lot of money with them as well these days, because not everybody has Omen Sight, and everybody has to have artifacts, it seems. A lot of people want their artifacts, and a lot of people just want them for the turtle mount. You know, if you actually figure it up, and if you buy artifacts instead of just spending the 125 on a Swift mount, you'll actually get it for about 50 or 60 platinum if you're really, good at working the auction house. The only thing is it takes a long time to get all those collections. And you see I finally got my gift in the mail. Once you turn in that 200th artifact, you get a little special treasure in the mail. And what it does is it turns you into an artifact. And I can tell you, I'm going to have hours and hours of fun with this damn thing. I'm going to climb up on trees, and I'm going to get in very hard to reach places and then turn it on. And it is just too damn funny. I've already been doing that, actually. And people have been climbing trees, trying to loot the artifact. And I think a couple of people got mad, but hey, live and learn. Now, you notice that I cannot see myself as an artifact. There is a way, though. You have to log out and log back in. But this is a bug within this thing. So, you cannot see yourself as an artifact. But all you have to do is log out, log back in, you're still an artifact, and you can still see yourself, if that matters. It's kind of strange, when you don't see yourself as an artifact, and you're just kind of invisible here. But you see the people coming by, trying to loot it and stuff. They just can't resist. Once they see that little shiny out over there, they just cannot help but look and stop. And I can't tell you, how many times I was laughing and I was just cracking up. I don't know why I find this practical joke so funny, but applaud Utreon for this. This is great. And I love the little bush and all that good stuff. Then the box where you can turn yourself into a box or a bush. Those things are great. So more of that stuff. I really like that stuff. This game is in very dire need of those kind of social little things, little get-together type stuff. Like Lord of the Rings has music, it has drinking, it has smoking. It has all those things that Rift doesn't have any of those things. It doesn't have those little trinkets. Like in WoW, you could pull out, I had 1,000 things in WoW. And I could pull out and have a complete party on the spot. Anyhow, I want you to look at my money here. You see how low it is? And that's because I haven't been messing with the auction house. I haven't went artifact hunting or anything like that for a while. But with the addition of these twisted artifacts, I decided to go ahead and check out some of my old artifact hotspots and things like that. And I really raked it in this weekend. Within a 3-day period, I really earned over like 500 or so platinum, at least. And I spent, probably 200 platinum. I can never keep money. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. I just cannot seem to keep platinum. If I get platinum, I'm at the auction house looking for what I can buy. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. I just cannot seem to save money in this game. But now I have more money than I know what to do with, really. I have like 450 platinum now and nothing to really spend it on. I was blowing like 50 platinum on like one of those sand-covered shoulder pieces and things, the costume gear, buying all black dye. I'm just wasting cash because I have cash to burn now with this twisted artifact thing going on now, because they're selling like hotcakes. They sell like crazy. And I'll give you a little tip, a little tidbit. You should go to the Droughtlands and farm. The Droughtlands are one zone that people just don't seem to go artifact hunting yet, and there's a real need for Droughtlands artifacts. and you can make a lot of money, especially when you get that top DPS build. I've sold 3 or 4 of those for like 90 platinum a pop. Yeah. Since this has been a slow week for Rift with, pretty much just Phase 2 going on right now, there's really nothing special to show. I thought I'd turn my attention to the forums, and I'll do that every once in a while and just pick a couple of topics that, I feel like I can answer at least. There's so much trolling on the forums that it's pretty hard to find any good questions out there. Chituhu writes, so Phase 3 is here. New quests for water and death rifts? The event loot still only drops from water rifts invasions, right? No, it is dropping from death rifts as well once Phase 3 starts. Phase 3 began on Thursday in the EU servers. If you're in Europe, then you already know. It's already started for you. If you're in the North American servers, it begins Friday for you. So when you log in Friday, you'll see Phase 3 has began. And if you want to wait up for it, well, I guess it'd probably be too late, but it should happen around midnight on Thursday for the North American charts. So I guess this video is going to be a little too late for that. But yeah, you can get all the new loot, all the mounts, and all that stuff, all the costume pieces from death rifts. So go out and do your death rifts with your water rifts. Now this next post from Emmy, exposed. Honestly, the continual nerfing of difficulty is precisely why I left WoW. My butthole hurts, it's clenched so tight. I understand that the desire for some semblance in challenge in a video games make me a dying breed of gamer and, apparently, a member of a market that is too niche for Treon to pursue. Good luck, Treon. Good luck. Yeah, alright, Emmy. Whatever, dude. The exposed buff was removed from the game. It has not did anything for difficulty. All the exposed buff was a nuisance. It was something that should have never made it into the game. I'm serious. The developer who created Exposed, he needs to get out of game developing and never think about going and making another game again, because that Exposed buff made no friggin' sense at all. There's just walls and walls of mobs everywhere in Rift. I mean, that isn't something else that needs to be addressed. There's way too many friggin' mobs. The game needs to be tweaked, and there's some things in the game that are just should never have been there, such as the Exposed buff. And it's hard to get my mind around that anybody would like it. You cannot rift, you cannot do invasions, you can do barely anything. They're like, well, you're not supposed to walk right through the mobs. You have no option to walk except walk right through the mobs. The mobs are everywhere. They're like walls and walls. And to think that is a challenge, I don't know where you're coming from, buddy, but that is not a challenge whatsoever. That is no challenge at all, and it has nothing to do with the game's difficulty. All it does is make the game more fun and more enjoyable for everybody involved. I could understand your point if you're talking about dungeons and things like that, like T1 and T2 being nerfed and all of that. I can agree with that, but the Exposed buff is nothing to do with difficulty. It has nothing to do with difficulty whatsoever, and all it was something to slow you down while you were going around and trying to do quests or do anything. I hated that thing with a passion, and I'm so happy that Treon finally listened. And this post here, this was like, one of like 5 people. Everybody else was so damn happy to see that the Exposed buff was gone. I mean, there was the very first announcement of it, that topic turned into like 100 pages in just no time. And yes, thank you, Treon, and hats off to you and everything for taking that Exposed buff out of this game. And Emmy, I hope you find a game that suits you and that you can find your level of difficulty that you're looking for. I recommend Global Agenda. That's a pretty damn hard game. You'd probably like that game. Anyway, this has been Dark Hostess for the Gamer Down and Rift Weekly Review. for July 8th, 2011. The next Rift Weekly Review should be much longer and have a lot more to talk about. This was a slow week. Phase 3 is just beginning, and I'll have all kinds of stuff about Phase 3 and whatever else comes along the way. You know me. And thumbs up videos. Subscribe. It really helps the channel. Thank you.